What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 5-3-1. Believe it or not, it's an actual juggling pattern. It's in site swap terms though. With juggling, site swap terms are pretty much numbers used to describe types and heights of throws. With this pattern, it's 5, it's 3, and it's 1. A 5 throw is just a normal 5-ball cascade height throw. Crosses from one side to the other. A 3 is a normal 3-ball cascade throw. Here I'd be doing 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. That's all it is. It's one going over to the other at a 3-ball height. And a 1 is just a normal straight across vant throw from one hand to the other. Looks something like this. Okay? But when you put those all together, you get a very difficult trick, believe it or not. Some people think it's easy, but it's actually a difficult trick. But I'm going to break it down for you, and hopefully you'll be able to do it after this tutorial. Alright, let's start out breaking this down into its very basic mechanics. The first segment of this trick is learning how to do a 5-ball type of cascade. It's pretty much throwing your cascade throws at a 5-ball height. I can't really demonstrate this because my height of the ceiling is too low, but you want to try to throw this at a pretty high height. Get used to throwing this high cascade. It's actually quite difficult to do, believe it or not, so you do want to give this a little bit of a practice if you haven't done it before. Then the next thing to do is just to work on throwing one 5-ball throw back and forth out of the cascade. Something like this. And that's going to give you your ability to be able to throw 5s out of the cascade. The next part is dropping one ball and going into the 2-ball version for the little mechanics that's going to happen underneath the 5. This is the most difficult part of the cascade, the difficult part of the trick when you're doing it all together. All it is throwing a 3, a very, very low 3, and a very, very quick 1. Back and forth. The ball will stay in the same place. You want to make sure this is compressed as possible. You don't want to make it really high because the higher it is, the uglier it gets. Okay, you want to try to make the space between each one very, very small, and you'll get a very pretty pattern. So keep that in mind. Just do very, very quick, very, very small throws back and forth, and just keep practicing this until you don't even have to look at it. Okay? Now you just done the 5, a 3, and a 1 separately. Now you just got to put them together. The hardest part. So to do this trick, you're going to start out with 2 in your dominant hand, 1 in your not so dominant hand, and we're going to start as so. We're going to throw a 5-ball height, a 3 from the opposite hand, and then a 1. And stop. Looks something like this. It happens quick, I know. Again, you're going to throw a 5-ball height, a 3 from the opposite hand, and then a 1 from the opposite hand. Something like this. Okay? 5-3-1. 5-3-1. That's what it looks like. It's very, very quick, so you want to make sure that you practice this over and over and over again. Do not connect 2 together until you are very confident and very solid with being able to do it once and stopping. Okay? It's very important. Your hardest part about this is not going to be the 5, it's doing that exchange underneath. So you really want to make sure you pay attention to this. If you can give yourself a lot of room with this 5-ball height, if you can go outside and throw it to a 7, maybe even a 9-ball height, it'll definitely help you out with giving you timing. But you're going to start to realize that you're going to have a harder time throwing an accurate throw and knowing exactly where it's going to come down. So if you don't want to deal with that, stick with about the 5-ball height, which is like 2-3 feet above your head at most, and you should be pretty good with this. Okay? But again, make sure that you don't have low ceilings like me when you're first learning this, because it's going to make it a lot harder to do. But again, just keep practicing. 5-3-1. 5-3-1. And eventually you won't have to look at your hands down here anymore. You'll just be paying attention to the balls that are peeking up. Okay? So it's something like this. Okay? Just keep stopping. And eventually, when you get more confident, you can start speeding up how quick you do it. Until you're doing it like I am now, where you're not even really thinking about it. When you can do it that consistently, work on connecting 2 together. 5-3-1, 5-3-1. Okay? 5-3-1, 5-3-1. 5-3-1, 5-3-1. Okay? And again, you want to make sure you keep these 2 segments happening at pretty far distances. Okay? You can do it very ugly, or it's like this. Okay? Where it happens really high and it's very ugly. But you don't want to do it like that. I even have a hard time really trying to do that on purpose now. But it's going to happen in the beginning. You just want to try to compress this pattern down here very low so it stays very significantly different than what's happening at the top. And it's hard to do with this height ceiling, but you really want to think about throwing those low to do the trick correctly. But eventually, when you keep connecting it together and you build it up, it's going to look something like that. Thanks for watching.